All right, assisted living fans, hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, happy new year. This is one of my first videos for 2021, and we're talking season 1, episode 23, A Fight for Honor. So before going further into the review, please take a moment to hit the like button, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post new content, and follow me on my other social media platforms. Links are in the description below. I honestly don't really know what to say about this particular episode. I will say that, to be completely honest, I did not really care for it because I feel like once again we have another episode of assisted living where it just has such a hard time trying to figure out what it's trying to be, because there was really no need to hammer in the humor when we're dealing with a serious subject. Even worse is the fact that we don't get to see the aftermath of Jeremy storming out of the facility for no other reason than Tyler Perry apparently refusing to give us any other location aside from the assisted living facility building. So let me just go into the actual episode. The review itself shouldn't take long, and then I'll get to my overall thoughts, but just know that this is not going to be a high-scoring episode at all. So the sheriff threatens Sandra. Vinny comes in. Jeremy snaps on him, and Vinny assumes that Leah is having an affair, and that's why Jeremy's all mad. And then Jeremy leaves to see the sheriff. Vinny tells Brown and Cora that Leah's cheating. Then Leah and Cora talk while Brown just steps out for a little bit. And basically Leah and Cora talk about the situation, about the text message and the sheriff, and the fact that, hey, I looked through Sandra's text messages to violate, the whole trust violation. But overall, it's a good thing we did, or we wouldn't have caught the message that we saw on the screen. And Jeremy flew off the handle and left. So then Vinny and Brown walk back into the kitchen. They're going back and forth at each other with the usual banter, which again was not funny. It wasn't unfunny, but it just did not fit the vibe or the tone that I felt this episode was trying to go for. Cora and Leah are trying to leave, but basically Vinny, I guess you could say, puts it out there about there being an affair, but there's not. So Leah and Cora just leave. So then we get an outside shot, and it's apparently nighttime, and Philip comes to the kitchen, and I'm like, great, we got Philip back. And I mean, I remember, what was it last week or the week before last, and I was saying that give Philip something to do, like last week. Yeah, I think it was last week, where he literally said, oh, I get it, you all want me to go to my room or whatever to do homework or something while you talk with Sandra. I understand it. I remember tweeting it out or even saying it in my review. Damn, Philip even knows how redundant of a character he is, because he knows to just walk out of a scene because there's nothing for him to do. Side note here, if you watch The Flash, yeah, I'm going to be honest here, I haven't religiously watched The Flash in a while. I think last year was season 6 with Mirror Master. Wait, I think so. I don't know. Anyway, it was the season... I want to say it was the season with the Thinker. That was season 4. And if you remember Wally West on there, Black Wally West, not the redhead one from the comics, there was an episode where there was this one chick who was like, who gained metahuman abilities to be extra lucky or something. And towards the end of the episode, Wally was like, I'm leaving Central City because you don't need to. Flash is like, the city was about to blow up and I wasn't even here. And nobody noticed. And then that was like his final episode. That's exactly how I feel about Philip. He just walks into a scene, knows he's not needed, and just goes all somewhere else. But in any case, he comes to the kitchen, like, hey, I finished my homework. And Brown is like, okay, good. I think Vinny was there too. And he's like, yeah, good. So where are my parents? Oh, they're not here. And then Sandra comes in too. It's like, hey, where are my parents? They aren't here. Okay, so what's for dinner? What? So Brown ends up pouring them cereal. It's like, this isn't dinner. Let me just say, I'm 29 years old, and eating cereal at any time of the day, even if it's the middle of the night, is not uncommon for me. So eating cereal for quote unquote dinner would not bother me. But then again, these kids are still in high school. I think it was established in this episode. I know that Sandra being 17 was something we knew for a while. I don't honestly, does it really matter? But this is the first time I recall Philip getting his age dropped. So he's 15. So there's a 2-year difference. So in any case, Brown pretends to be like a waitress or waiter at the restaurant. Yeah, I mean, he had the apron and like, so what do y'all want for dinner? And it sounded like salad and feels like, cheeseburger. And then this fool Vinny's like, well, hey, I'll take a steak, filet mignon. And he's like, that's going to be a couple bowls of porridge. I ain't fixing all that mess. That was a legit funny scene. I will admit that's probably the best scene of the episode. So, I think Sandra goes off to get the laptop or something, and then she finds out that her parents cloned her phone and read her text. And he's like, oh, it's no big deal. Phil's like, oh, it's no big deal. Wait, you knew and didn't tell me? Well, I don't like you that much. Because remember, there was the episode where Leah and Jeremy were trying to find out where Sandra went, and then they told Philip that they cloned the phone. Essentially, I think Jeremy has Philip's phone cloned, and then Leah has Sandra's phone cloned. And that's how they ended up finding out that, Lindor, who wasn't named at the time, came by to get their daughter. But in this case, she flies off the handle about it. Leah and Cora come back, and Sandra is sent to her room because Sandra tries to go off on Leah, but her and Cora give her attitude like, go up to your room. And Philip, who's just trying to get some food, is sent to his room as well, sent up to the room as well. And it turns out that, Brown and Vinny are still going on about this affair crap. But then they say, nope, Jeremy went over to the sheriff, hit him, he's in jail, and they need bail money. This episode was just a mess in the fact that it just, aside from not knowing if it wanted to be a comedy or serious episode, we got a lot of tell and not show. Like, we didn't see Jeremy go over to the sheriff. We didn't see Jeremy punch him in the face. We didn't see Jeremy get arrested. I don't even think we're going to see Jeremy in jail. I just feel like we're just going to have Cora trying to get Brown and Benny to help out with the bail money, and then they'll go off screen and pick up Jeremy from jail. I honestly have no idea. I just feel like it's going to be one of those things where they'll bail him out, he'll get home, he's going to be upset, and then Sandra is going to still be upset about the whole phone cloning thing. So I just feel like, aside from the one scene when Brown's quote unquote fixing dinner, that was honestly the only scene I care about, because I did like the seriousness of, Jeremy going off to get, tell the sheriff what's what. But the fact that we didn't see any of it really hurt the episode more than helped. So unfortunately, I'm going to give this episode a 3 out of 10, because like I said before, it just tries too hard to insert humor when it's trying to be a serious episode. But let me know what you think. Was I too hard on the episode? Do you agree with what I think? Let's get the conversation going. But aside from that, feel free to donate to the channel if you would like by hitting me up on PayPal or Cash App, or joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time.